Okay, so this is kind of just going to be like a casual vlog while at the same time I'm getting ready to do a few Miku things. So yeah, at the same time this is kind of going to be like a tutorial of what it's like to put on a wig. First things first though, I'm actually going to talk about how things have been going, especially with my recovery. Recovery-wise, I've been going alright. I've been told that I have to actually slow down and kind of like relax a lot more than I'm used to, than what I'm supposed to do. Like, what I'm meant to do is I'm actually meant to still be in bed. I'm meant to be reading books. I'm meant to be not making myself do strenuous stuff, and I failed at that dismally. This time last week I would actually still be still in the recovery room. I'd be down in level 3. Yeah, so I still can't believe it's been like a week since I had the surgery. Actually I do, but it feels like longer. Kind of, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I went and had my checkup the other day, and oh no, I should actually start with the other surprising news. I had a second surgery on the Sunday afterwards. So basically the day after I went home, came back, and then because I had a blood clot in my left labia. They wanted to get it out, so that's initially what they did by opening up a stitch and letting the blood just like flow out of the wound of where the stitches were, and they were like, okay, we've let the blood clot out, but it seems that you're bleeding a lot more than we expected, so we're going to leave it for an hour so that your blood just dries out, so that can clot up, and we'll come back in an hour just to see what's going on, see how that works, and if we need to put in another stitch. She went away for 2 hours because she was rushed off to go and deliver a baby. Because she's also a she's also a midwife. She also delivers babies, and babies take time. Babies obviously are more important, so there's that. Yeah, but when she came back 2 hours later, she was like, "Oh, you're bleeding a lot more than we expected. You've actually bled quite a bit," and I could really fucking tell. I was really dizzy at this point. I was tired. I was hungry. I had not eaten or drunk anything all day, which turned out to be really good because they were going to put me back under general anesthetic, which means I had another surgery. So that happened. Almost instantly, I was rushed into the next room in a robe. They were taking my blood pressures. Not my blood pressure. They were taking some blood from me, putting IVs in me, and I had a student nurse looking after me, and she couldn't get the IV in my wrist the first time, so I have this gnarly bruise. Don't look at me. Sorry, Jenny. I have this gnarly bruise on my wrist, my thing above. Yeah, because she couldn't exactly get the IV in because I didn't have any fluids in me, so yeah. So the vein was a little more harder to get at, and being a student, she doesn't have the exact. Sorry, I have to look up the word. I have to look up some word for when it comes up. Yeah, she couldn't find the exact vein to put it in and get enough blood from me, so she was kind of just like wiggling it around, trying to find a spot to get in, when she gave up and brought in another nurse. And she did it almost in an instant. Now I've got 3 really gnarly bruises. And when I say 3, you'll learn what happened. They said that I was probably going to be waiting maybe an hour or 2 to get back into the theatre. Yeah, and they wheeled me. Mum and Dad left. Mum and Dad left because they'd been waiting for maybe, oh goodness, they'd been waiting for 2.5 hours for this information, and they were just like, yeah, we we're gonna go home. You're not coming home today, so we're just gonna go home and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And I actually agree with them. I felt really bad that they had to, you know, be waiting around for 3 hours to be told this. Yeah. What was it? So I was wheeled down to level 3, which is where the theatre and everything was, and they said, you're going to have to wait a little bit because the surgeon's just been called back into theatre, so it may be about 10 minutes, but as we know, 10 minutes turns into about 15 minutes. So they gave me a magazine, and they changed my pads and everything like that so that I'd be a little more comfortable with blood flow and everything, because at this point I was openly bleeding. I was kind of bleeding like people think a period would happen. Let's just say that. It was flowing. I could feel it. It was not nice. It was uncomfortable. It was like, oh, I really kind of want this to stop, please, please. My cat's just got in a nasty fight. That was terrifying. Anyway, so that happened. 15 minutes went by and they said, you know, she's still in the surgery. We're gonna move you out to this bigger area, which they called the PACU, whatever it was, PACU, and that's where they got me to sign all the consent forms and everything like that for anesthesia, for the surgery, so on and so forth. Because all of a sudden I'm having surgery again. Of course, with any surgery you're gonna need to sign all these consent forms, and so on and so forth. Yeah, but that 15 minutes turned into half an hour, which turned into an hour, which turned into me waiting there for maybe about an hour, getting morphine induced in me because the local anesthetic that they injected earlier to get out the stitch, that was gone. That had just faded away. So they gave me some morphine, but that didn't really work, so they gave me more morphine, which made me dizzy. And then they tried to get me up to get me to the bathroom, and they were like, you might as well try and see if you can walk, just for now, since you're not going to be able to for a while, so you're going to lose circulation on your legs. Yeah, so they got me up, ended up fainting, and for about like maybe 5 minutes, which is when they took me back to my bed, and they'd stuck in a catheter, which was lovely. Not really. I'm not going to go into detail what a catheter is. You can look it up yourself. Yeah, they stuck that in me because they just decided I'm not going to be standing up anytime soon. Yeah. So it wasn't until about maybe 20 to 8 that I went into surgery. And this time the general anesthetic actually really hurt to get put in my hand. And I was a lot more terrified because I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this one. I'm just all of a sudden in surgery. I'm hearing my heartbeat, so on and so forth. A lot of things were just being like slapped in my face, and I was having a little moment to freak out. And I'm allowed to do that. I'm being operated on. Hello. Yeah. So when I woke up, it was about maybe 9 o'clock, and I was, from what they described, I was shivering violently. I don't remember how I woke up, but I remember waking up. I just don't remember what they said that I said that I was talking. During the surgery, I was saying some rather strange things during the surgery. They won't tell me what it was though. They said it was things about oh god, about who? I think it was about Tom Hiddleston. I was talking about someone on Tumblr that is like really, really loved on Tumblr, but at the same time I don't remember who it was because they didn't tell me. They said it was just someone from that Avengers movie. Well, they've got a choice there. Yeah. But yeah. Woo. Need to look complete. Yeah, so no, I didn't get wheeled up to my room until about 4 o'clock. And at this point, I was still really dehydrated from breathing through my mouth the whole bloody fucking time, which is honestly really uncomfortable. I don't suggest sleeping with your mouth wide open. It's not nice. What's the word? They gave me lots of water, and they actually gave me a couple of ice blocks because my throat really hurt from having the breathing tube in my throat, and that's kind of what delivers the oxygen to your lungs. Yeah, so it's kind of the same deal as last time, except there was a lot less people. It was Sunday night. I was literally almost like the only one in the ward, and it was just such a surreal experience. Yeah. But I actually got sent up in a really nice bed this time. I got sent up to a separate room up higher in level 4, which is the women's clinic, because women have slightly different. I mean, I don't know if they have a men's clinic as well. I mean, that would be fair share, but yeah, some womanly things need to be taken care of a lot more delicately, I guess, so to speak. Like, yeah. A lot of the women that I was meeting while I was like, because some of the women came around and was like, good morning, blah blah blah. A lot of the women I was meeting were either older, they were pregnant, or they were, I don't know what else they had, but a lot of them had more of the gynecological, if that's a word, problems like I did. And the woman that was actually lying next to me in the bed, she had cervical cancer, and meeting her, she was an absolutely lovely woman. I wished her the absolute best, and I hope she'll be okay with her recovery. Like, she still has 2 surgeries to go. From what I know, she had one on Wednesday, I think. I remember her talking about. Yeah. So I'm hoping that she's okay now. She'll be okay in time. I know she will be. She's a strong, proud woman. And it looks like they found it pretty early. Shut up, Facebook. Yeah. But yeah, long story short, I had a second surgery. They actually put in 2 IVs in my hand. They put one in here and they put one in here just in case. I was a lot more tied down to the bed this time, which was funny. They had the breathing tube going around my ears and into my nose, and that's really uncomfortable because it's really cold air, so you kind of gotta keep breathing, otherwise it's gonna go, it's gonna go numb. Your nose is gonna go really cold, and your nose is kind of go numb after a while. So yeah, I had the catheter inside me as well. I had a drip from the wound, and that was slightly uncomfortable. I couldn't close my legs with both the catheter and the drip. But I had to get used to it. It was okay. And I had these things around my legs, which was supposed to stimulate blood flow into my calves. And that worked. It did work. It felt like a massage, actually. Although after 5 hours of it, it got really fucking annoying, to be honest. It was sweaty, and it was just, I couldn't sleep either. I couldn't sleep with all the machines going on, because I also had I still had fluids going into one of my IVs. To be like, oh, she's not going to be eating or drinking for a very long time, so you still need to give her some fluids. So they did, which was really good and really considerate. But yeah, I had all of these noises around me, and I had this stupid ass light coming from both the machines, so it was really uncomfortable. Yeah. But the bed was comfy, that's the main thing. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about, besides I still have that little dot down there is where they had the other IV. This IV was a lot bigger, so when they took it out, there was a lot more blood that was it spurted out kind of like 6 inches or something. It was, it was hilarious. It was a good experience. It was a much better experience than my first time around. when I'd been a lot more prepared, because I'd been kept in level 3 overnight, and there was a lot of people, like, there was a lot of people that were still awake, and a lot of the visitors were still there, so it was really kind of annoying, to be honest. But it's all over and done with. I've got the memories. I've got the scars and the stitches. My next appointment is on the 24th, I think. 24th, yeah, on the Friday. So yeah, not much else to it. I know this vlog kind of turned rambly, I'm sorry. If you managed to make it to the end, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Mego transformation somehow. I'm gonna get on to Mego, have some fun. Blah blah blah. Okay, bye guys.